What is up, everyone? This is your host, Christopher Malcolm Curtis Bowen, on this early afternoon edition of the Christopher Bowen Show. I haven't done any broadcasts in like days. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday I was out busy doing many things, which is an understatement. But the point is, I'm just gonna have this broadcast be about perhaps maybe the gist of what happened this weekend and all the events that occurred that I didn't broadcast. But the more important thing is that we have this broadcast now. So what's important, obviously, is first thing that's in the forefront of my mind, just in general, whether it is deciding that I am still a director of Project Lightseed or not even being the director of Project Lightseed. The cabal is the top priority. So, there is an update, or not an update, but more insight, and in a way an update, about what was going on with the Amazonian fires. And the truth is, or the interesting is, if I remember correctly, the cabal funded media is actually not reporting on it. But the thing is, something went on with the AI or something like that, and the AI was going on about how the fires were bigger than they actually are. So it's pretty interesting. It's just the more I'm discovering about my own abilities and what I just can do innately, just with my own abilities with the companies, I realize that I can just really be in joy and really be in the moment by being present within myself and just be in tune with everything that's within, because everything from within is creating. I'm just creating instead of being a subject to reality. I'm just creating reality. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been incredibly creative. This whole weekend, I was incredibly creative, which is an understatement in a way. But the point is, liberation and full on limitless abundance is literally. And the things, there's so many exciting things going on about not just the massive rest with the cabal, but about the actual key things that are going on with us good people, with the billions of people on the planet that aren't cabal and aren't evil like the cabal. Even though I already forgiven them, I've forgiven them, I've forgiven myself, I forgive everyone. Unconditional forgiveness, unconditional acceptance, and unconditional love. Unconditional acceptance is actually what I've been learning, and it's actually one of the coolest things to take part in, and to actually express and actually believe and be a part in. Unconditional acceptance, and I found out today and yesterday, well, the past few days, that that quality of fifth dimension is a quality and a trait of the four companies, of the fourfold projects, and Project Lightseed and the Miko Surface Oasis. So, it's all about, the light. It's all about the light. It's all about expressing the light. It's all about being, or not all about being the light. I'm saying these things all about being the light, because the thing is, I've been doing all the amazing creative expression within me, creatively trying to uniquely well, John Rappaport said it best, but that email that he sent today, that was literally, that's so true. The individual, this is the revolution of the individual. This is I agree with that. I'm not just saying I agree with every revolution that's positive, and peaceful without the cabal, because I started my own peaceful revolution, and I'm and the thing is which is kind of off topic, but I'm not really too into the revolution right now. I'm not super gung-ho revolutionaire, but what I am is I am expressing like the greatness that is within me just from the radiance, that I radiate, which is awesome. So, it's radiance. And, I also learned that I am definitely like at least 12th dimensional consciousness or 11th dimensional consciousness, solar consciousness. So, like, it's just, I'm having fun. Like, I found out like a few days ago, probably like after Saturday, that I'm totally fine with just like, living in the 11th dimension, and the 12th dimension and the higher dimensions, and obviously my understanding of the 96th dimension and above, because I am 6th dimension above. But the thing is, like, the greatness of the truth that's united in the creativity that I provide as the director of Project Lightseed, which is, in a way, the culmination of all 8 companies. Excuse me, all 7 companies. All 8 companies, because I'm the planetary leader of Fresh and Hungry. It's, in a way, it's like, which is the most important part, which is going through the motions, actually taking the step, being brave, and being, that being. And the thing is that we're actually, like, what I realize is that I'm actually more powerful than I realize, and that, like, which should I talk about for some reason, the inspiration that I provide is kind of like the core foundation of love. It's like the seeding that's going on, and the seeding that I want to continue to do, even though I haven't really been specific about what Project Lightseed has been doing in terms of seeding, besides all the other seeds that can already be planted from the other companies. Just like I said, ocean cities there, underground cities there, sky castles, sky cities there, just planting seeds. And when we actually have these mass arrests and stuff, then we can actually start building stuff. Because what we don't realize is we can build and create anything so fast that it's, I swear, like, the next 10,000 years, I totally agree with it. Like, the next 10,000 years, which is hilarious because it's just the truth. It doesn't matter if I agree or disagree. The next 10,000 years is like this age of consciousness, evolutionary creation from the individual, the inspirational event. John Rappaport said it very well, so I just like super stoked. I'm super excited about all the things that I'm doing. That's what I'm excited about. Like, that's what I'm all about. Because, like, I'm tired of saying this, to be honest. Because I already said, like, a few days ago, I'm getting rid of the companies. And I want nothing to do with them. Because the companies, I already know them backwards and forwards, inside and out. So that's what I've been practicing, actually stepping away from the companies. And it's nice because I feel more content. Like, I feel like a deep, serene, like, eternal inner peace within myself. And that's kind of what I'm going for. That's more important to me than, continuing to do all the amazing things of, hard work and working on the nooks and crannies and all the tinkering that has to be done for, successfully running a company. Just like having what's the word? Having a, just like an inner voice sort of thing, like an inner guidance. And that's what makes things so inspiring in the first place. It's not the fact that, I can run all these companies. I'm a entrepreneur, so you should do what I say and just, follow these rules and, I'm your boss. And, it's not like that. Because I'm literally stepping away from the old things, the way things used to be done. Like, I don't want to, like, step into a world where there's the cyclical belief that we have to succumb to the cabal's enslavement methods and ways of living. But the thing is, like, of course, like, myself, I'm not going to be impressed until I myself do something myself to create the reality that I'm creating consciously. So unless, like, because I've already forgiven the cabal and I've already had full disclosure and I've already, you know, guarantee that I can manifest paradise on earth, creating paradise on earth and all that jazz. So, like, I'm just like, whatever accelerates. Dude, that's like all I care about. Like, I get excited because that's, in a way, the only thing that matters. Like, to me, in my head, which is probably, not a very healthy form of thinking, but it's either like you're with the cabal or you're against the cabal. It's like you're fighting against the cabal or you're just enslaved to them. Like, I feel like there's no middle ground. So I'm continuing to do all the things that I continue to do with the fact that, like, we're not enemies. Like, all of us are together. Like, we don't need to follow the ideology that we're against one another. And that's the thing, we're not against one another. Like, if anything, like, if anything, to be honest, I'd prefer to step away from having to make these broadcasts at all, because I don't want to have to make these broadcasts, to be honest. Like, all that Anchorman stuff, all that, which reminds me, all that, the things that I did last week, which I handled decently well, with all the, the precognition and the awards thing. It's not that, like, it's because it's fun. It doesn't seem like hard work to me. That's the thing. Like, I just don't know at what point it did seem like hard work, but at a certain point it just didn't seem like hard work, because it was really fun, because I knew what I was doing was fun, and, like, I would just have more fun with it because I'm the one who, like, created ideas to have, like, fun with creativity from my own original ideas. So, the thing is, like, I just have fun with the creativity of my own original ideas, and then I'm just, I'm still in the same cycle of the Archon work week of, 9 to 5 mentality, due to the fact that I still think that I should run these companies based on the lies that I would tell myself. And the lies are just the fact that the cabal, that everything I've been doing has no impact on the cabal, or even my existence has no impact on the cabal, which is not true. Our very presence has a lot of power. Our very presence, my very presence has a lot. See, that's also how I see things. Because we're not, like, we're in this together, and we are against the cabal, and it's not like we're just, like, all individuals just trying to survive. And, we just may or may not try and figure out how to deal with this cabal situation. There's definitely forces of light. And I'm definitely a force of light. I'm definitely a light warrior, a light worker. Working for the light, working in the light, working for the light. For just working for the light. Oh, that's the thing that happened. So, At Target, someone asked, are we the cabal? And so I said, victory to the light. And so, I mean, in my mind, when I said that, I mean, it was guaranteed. So, perhaps it's a little wild for me to think that as soon as I say victory of the light, the cabal is completely defeated. But yeah, as soon as I say victory, as soon as I said victory to the light that day, I'm not sure what day it was, but as soon as I said victory to the light, it was Friday, I think. The cabal are no more, and so that's what I'm stoked about. That's the joy I feel deep within me, is the fact that the cabal are no more, and that we can truly have the freedom that we're supposed to have. We're the freedom to do whatever we want, the freedom to be free, dude. Like actual freedom. Like, I'm so stoked about actual freedom. Like, I actually want to be excited about actual freedom, like real freedom, like actual freedom, like actual freedom. And I'm so stoked about it. Like, we're gonna be able to do whatever we want. Like, this freedom is a real thing. Like actual freedom. Like actual freedom. Like individual freedom. Actual freedom. There's no better way to say it. Like, there's gonna be so many things that we can do, and we're just gonna be able to explore and travel so much more. We're gonna be able to become so much closer to one another, just from our own creative abilities. We're gonna be so. It's gonna be awesome, dude. So this is your host, Christopher Malcritus Bowen. Still leading in the way for liberty, but there's going to be more liberty. Also, actually, quick shout out to the amazingness of the truth of those emails provided by, more specifically, shout out to the Arcturian Council, and shout out to the Palladians and the Angels and Beings of Light and Federation of Light. And Mother Mary, and Yeshua, very truthful, honest, discovering words, really emanating the truth of who we are. So it's amazing because it actually, I think that light is an actual thing. Like, I think the light, anyway, this is a completely new thought, by the way, but I think the new light, like, there's light, but this new type of light, like this newest new type of light, is literally like the love of is his purest foundational love. So I think that we're in very good hands. If what I just said is true, if what I say is true, if the light, that the new light is like truly in tune with everything, and that there's there's nothing to worry about. Like, I truly believe that. I truly believe that. It's kind of awesome. Anyway, lots of love. I love you all. This is your host, Christopher Malcritus Bowen, on this early afternoon edition of the Christopher Bowen Show on the 3rd of September, 2019. With lots of love, I love you all.